I saw Mr. Douglas from the department on my way in.
Oh.
I know why he's here.
No, look, he could be here for 1,000 other reasons.
They're going to transfer me again.
No, you're jumping to conclusions.
Because of the way I handled that business with Doreen Burns and her husband. I'm absolutely sick and tired of the way the department abuses me.
Agnes.
Oh, I admit I didn't handle the Burns affair terribly well. But that's no reason for treating me like cattle. I'm fed up with the back teeth of being pushed around from pillar to post.
Hey, now, come on, don't upset yourself.
I've devoted my entire life to the department. And for what? I might just as well not exist for all the notice they take of my efforts I've put in all these years. Well, I've had it. I've had it.
Now, don't do anything silly, Agnes.
All they're interested in is their ridiculous paperwork. Sign on, sign off, in triplicate. Bureaucratic ratbags.
Agnes.
Mrs. Davidson.
Yes?
Don't think I don't know what you've been up to. I'm tendering my resignation as of now. I'll move my things out of the office straight away. I'll be out of this place at the earliest possible moment.
Well, it seems that Miss Forster has saved you from that difficult position.
Oh, how do you mean?
Well, she's taken matters into her own hands. She's resigned, effective immediately.
The name of God prompted that?
I've no idea.
Oh, she hasn't thought this through, financially or otherwise. I'm afraid she's going to regret this.
I dare say, but in my opinion, things have worked out for the best.
Well, I suppose it's out of my hands now, but I still think it's a great shame.
Well, I hope you're satisfied. This campaign of yours would have to be the most callous piece of victimization I've ever seen. Now, I don't know what you've got against her, but
Have you quite finished?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that...
I've no idea what you mean by victimization, but Miss Forster has tendered her resignation, and I have accepted it in the best interest of everybody at Wentworth. Now, if you will excuse us.
Yes, of course.
This is driving me mad.
What?
It's like trying to run a business without a telephone.
What are you moaning about?
If I'm stuck in this dump much longer, I'm going to go down the drain.
Well, if you want to go down the drain, you couldn't pick a better place than a laundry.
Very funny. It's just bloody hard to keep an eye on things from here, that's all.
What about Linda? I thought she was acting as runner for you while you were in here. Isn't she any good?
She's not bad, just she's not tough enough, that's all. She's letting too many mugs bet on credit. Then she's too soft on them when it comes to collecting what they owe.
Don't worry, they'll come through.
Oh, better.
Of course they will. No one likes being in debt in a joint like this. Makes you too vulnerable.
Not with a softy like Linda, it doesn't. And she's no good at forcing some of the others to lay a bet either.
Now, you can't force them.
You can nudge them along, but... And for some reason, I seem to have lost my best customer. Kay White.
Well, don't blame me. She's terrified.
She doesn't know the meaning of worry yet. But that bitch has got it coming to her. And if the judge knows his job, she'll get what she deserves. And I'll tell you this much. If she is committed, I am going to be there at the gate with a welcoming committee, and she's not going to know what hit her.
Has Mr. Douglas left yet?
I haven't seen him.
I've been looking for you. Mr. Douglas wants to see you in my office. I'll take any calls in the staff room, thank you, Wendy.
Certainly, Mrs. Davidson.
Come in. Oh, Mr. Fletcher, sit down.
Thank you.
Now, before I say my bit, do you have any explanation for your extraordinary behavior?
Well, No, I haven't.
I see. All right. Now, I've been reconsidering your application for the post at Barnhurst. Now, I think you'll agree that a governor requires special qualities.
Yes?
Cool head, sense of responsibility, so far?
Yes, of course.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've been speaking to Mrs. Davidson, and she speaks very highly of your work here. And she certainly has no complaints about your role as deputy governor. However, it's my opinion that the role of governor requires more than you can offer. I'm sorry, Jim. I'm afraid I can't consider you for the post at Barnhurst.
Sorry to disturb you.
You're not disturbing me. Why don't you join me for a cup of coffee?
I'm on duty.
Oh, so you are disturbing me.
I must say it's rather nice to see you taking a bit of a break.
Oh, there's no rest for the wicked. I was just thinking, you get so bound up in your own problems, you tend to forget there's a whole world of people out there doing things.
Most of them with problems themselves.
True, but at least they're not mine. Now, why have you come to disturb me?
Oh, it's Kay White. She wants to see you. I think she's worried about her hearing.
She has reason to be.
I suppose so.
I'm afraid she's going to have a difficult time of it.
You don't think the judge will be lenient with her?
Well, given the fact she gave back the money, personally, I think he should. But she'll need to appear far more reformed than she is at the moment.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances, really.
Yes. But, as you said, who doesn't have problems? I'll just finish my coffee and then I'll see her in my office. Thanks, Meg.
What happened?
They've decided not to give me the job at Barnhurst.
What do you mean? Not at all.
Not at all.
But why? Who?
I had a run-in with Douglas.
Oh, I see. That man has no right to be in a position of authority. He's a nasty, petty, mean-minded bureaucrat. Oh, I really am most awfully sorry. He really can be so spiteful. I dare say your friendship with me didn't help.
No, I'm sure that had nothing to do with it, Agnes, really. It's...
Never mind. There'll be many other opportunities. After all, you're an intelligent young man with a marvelous record. You've got the world at your feet. Look to the future. You've a great deal to look forward to. Why, when I was your age... Unfortunately, I'm no longer your age.
You ready to see Kay White, Mrs. Davidson?
Yes, thank you.
White?
Sit down, Kay. Is everything going all right for your hearing?
I don't know. I hope so. Mr. Spencer's handling most of it. There's not really much I can do in here.
Well, you can keep yourself out of trouble. That really does help.
Mrs. Davidson, that's why I wanted to see you. I think the only chance I have is if I can break this habit once and for all. So I was wondering, would it still be all right if I went into the isolation block?
Yes, of course. Provided you realize that in this case, it is a privilege and must not be abused.
Oh, I wouldn't. I just need time to sort things out in my head. Do you understand?
Fine. You can move your things straight away. I'll organize it with Mrs. Jackson.
Thank you, Mrs. Davidson. I really appreciate this.
Quick as you can.
Excuse me, Mrs. Jackson.
What is it, please?
Oh, I was wondering how Doreen is.
Make sure Kay
Maybe
White
she had visitors.
But I don't know whether you reckon she's been moved to isolation. You put the pressure on her. Offer her good odds. But shut up and listen. Either you drum up some business or I'll find someone else who can.
Yeah, I'll try.
Oh,
you better.
Marvellous. What's going on here?
Oh, just having a conversation, Mrs. Jackson.
That's right.
Right, you lot, move along. Come on, Jones, before the mills get cold. Well?
Reckon she got the message. And White's going to have to get further away from me than the isolation block to get out of range, I can tell you.
Hurry it up, Jones, and no talking.
Thanks.
Margot says if you're interested, she can give you some special odds.
She does she?
Yeah, she reckons, seeing that you're one of our best customers.
Listen, I don't give a damn what she reckons.
I'm only just passing on a message.
I know what those women are trying to do. She and B. Smith, they're trying to crucify me. You just tell Margot if she's got anything to tell me, to come herself, and not to send her trained monkeys. Now get the bloody hell out of here before I break your neck.
Jones, what's taking so long?
Just a friendly chat, Mrs. Jackson.
Come on, get moving, Jones.
Bitches! Why can't they leave me in peace?
Miss Forster, I just called in to say how sorry I am that things didn't work out for either of us.
Oh, yes.
I am sorry, believe me.
About what? that my presence caused a minor disruption in the smooth running of your petty bureaucracy.
You know that's not true.
Not altogether false, either.